Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're taking a look at the standalone complex version of Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell by Figma. I thought it'd be a great time to go ahead and review this, seeing as recently we had the new movie released, so I actually have that figure to review as well, which is this one right here. You can't really see it too well there, so there's a look at that. Be on the lookout for this video coming soon. And with the new actual live action movie starring Scarlett Johansson, I thought it'd be a really good time to go ahead and review these two figures and anything else that gets released from the line. Now, it's actually this figure that actually first introduced me to Ghost in the Shell when this was like, first being made and the product shots of it and stuff. I thought it looked really cool, so I checked it out and I bought myself a standalone complex and watched through all that and the movies and stuff. So this figure is the reason for my love of the anime, and so I'm really happy that there's now the live action film and everything. It's all come about pretty quick for me, but it has been going for quite some time. So on the back of the box here you can see some awesome poses that you can get the figure in. It looks fantastic, so let's stop dilly-dallying and get this thing open and take a closer look. And here is the figure out of the packaging, and it certainly does not disappoint. So first up, let's take a look at the accessories that this figure comes with. We have a pretty standard Figma display stand right here. So you have a point of articulation at the bottom where it can pivot. You have a hinge here, hinge here, hinge here. It rotates right here, and then you have the peg. We get a spare little wrist piece right here just because it comes with a lot of interchangeable hands, and so in case you break the wrist piece, because it is obviously a small little peg, you do get a spare one. You actually get a bag just like in a lot of Figma figures so that you can go ahead and store all of your accessories once you've opened them all up out of the box. And here we have the little sprue with all the interchangeable hands on. So first up you have a pair of fists. You also have this small gripping hand, which is mainly just used for an accessory that I guess isn't really with this figure because there's nothing small enough to fit in that hand, but you have a small gripping hand right there. We have a hand for holding the pistol without using the trigger finger. And on the figure right here is the hand with the trigger finger for the pistol. Obviously, you get the pistol itself, which I'll take a look at in a second. We have a pair of open style pose hands. We have this gripping hand right here, which is used in conjunction with this hand over here as well. So we have the rifle, which has a suppressor on the front, which is actually removable, which is pretty cool. And you can actually see there is a little hole there in the barrel, so that's pretty nice. An open barrel is always cool. Lots of nice detail on the weapon, although there's no paint variation, it does look very nice in the molding. This hand is a gripping hand simply for this weapon, and then we have the opposite side. We have the left hand, a gripping hand, so you can put it right there so that she can hold it with both of her hands, which is very, very nice. Now, the figure, as you can see, has quite a large chest, but to get both of those hands on the rifle in some poses it might be harder because of that, so you can remove them, but don't worry, there is actually a slightly narrower version that you can go ahead and peg in, which is right here. And what that allows you to do is bring the arm in just a touch so that it's a bit easier to get those arms closer together to hold the weapon in both hands. So just comparing the two right there, as you can see, there's really not much difference there at all. And you can actually get holding the weapon in both hands with that chest piece attached, so it's not really much of a problem at all. But the thought is there, if there is a pose that you need to get to that you can't because of that, then you don't have that limitation anymore. Let's take a closer look at that pistol as well. So there you go, it's pretty nicely detailed as you can see. We also have a couple of different headpieces and also a hairpiece. So here we have the windswept action pose hair. You can go ahead and remove that. Here we have an angry face looking to the side. We can go ahead and take that out too. And there you see some kind of really weird android looking thing right there. We have in here a happy Motoko face. And then we also have a more stern, serious looking face. Let's go ahead and put that one on. And then we have just a standard hair piece. And let's compare that with the windswept one. That is how they look. And so as you can see, she comes with a bunch of accessories, and to go along with those accessories to make this figure even more awesome is how she looks. The proportions are all fantastic. She looks very accurate. Although she doesn't really usually use these trousers much in the show, it's nice to have them on here, which have a nice kind of satin look. They have a bit of a shine to them, as you might be able to see. The really nice glossy jacket that looks like it's jumped straight from the comic book, which is actually kind of a flexible material there, which you know, helps with articulation as well. Then you have the nice flat looking hair, the awesome painted face, the eyes pop really nicely, a little bit of paint on the lips right there, which is a nice touch, bit of a sheen to the skin but not too much. Overall, I really like the different paint shades and effects that we get here with this figure, and overall it looks fantastic. So as for the articulation, the head can pivot a bit side to side, can't really look up all too much, but the neck does move back a little bit to accommodate for that. But the neck moves forward, it's on a ball joint itself, so it can rotate around a little bit, so the head can turn left and right, and then you get the up and down there at the head as well. As you can see, you have the slits in the jacket here, which help with the shoulder articulation. So you have a couple of ball joints in here so the shoulder can rotate around. It can also rotate all the way around this way as well, and come out all the way to the side, and then you get that rotation there as well. So pretty good there. And then you have what kind of mimics a kind of double jointed elbow. It moves just as much as you would want it to, really. You can also rotate, and then you can swivel and pivot and rotate the wrist round in any way you want, which is nice. You have a ball joint right here and a ball joint right here. So you can move left and right and forward and back and side to side at both of those joints, and up there goes a hair. For now, let's go ahead and put the other windswept one back in so I don't have to reach for that one. What both joints enable you to do is get really, really good crunch and even further back. Now obviously if you keep going back, this is a floating waist piece, you will start to reveal some of the gappage right there, but you can go really far without even getting that gap. I mean, that is crazy. That's like Matrix style articulation. So that is really, really awesome for those really stylized poses, especially with the windswept hair. So I really, really do like that. Legs come out to the side, forward and back, rotate around. You get the single joint knee, but it kind of looks like a double joint. I really do like these Figma joints. And then you get the rotation there as well. And then the feet can move up and down, rotate left and right. You have a bit of pivot and also a toe hinge there as well. Overall, guys, I definitely recommend this figure, especially with the movie coming out. Obviously, there's not really an abundance of Ghost in the Shell figures out there, so this is one of the only ones to choose from, and honestly, it's absolutely fantastic. I think it's perfect for the standalone complex version of the character. All the accessories are really good, the articulation's great, the detail on the figure, everything is pretty much just perfect. She looks like she jumped straight out of the TV screen, and I definitely think that it's one that you should pick up. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like, and if you want to see pictures of anything else from my collection, check out my Instagram. It's Homerino123, and the link is in the description below. And for more Figma reviews, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.